November contains the most sacred day of the year, November 3rd, when daylight saving time ends. We fall back and get an extra hour's sleep. Evolutionary biologist and former diplomat Alex Dengen will present the Snow Leopard Project on November 20th at the IMAX Theater in the Aquarium. Dengen went to Afghanistan in 2006 to study and help protect Afghans' extraordinary environment destroyed by decades of war, and he created the country's first national park to stop poaching on the country's endangered animals, such as the snow leopard. That's the 7 p.m. November 20th at the Aquarium. More information at the NEAQ website. If you have a family member battling addiction or know someone who does, invite them to attend the Learn to Cope support group. It meets at 7 p.m. every Monday at Spalding Hospital on Cambridge Street. Learn to Cope is free and has experienced facilitators who have been there, resources, information material, guest speakers in long-term recovery or professionals in the field, overdose education, and most of all, hope. For more information, visit learn2cope.org. That's learn2cope.org. Boston Comedy Festival in Haymarket Lounge, November 15th, $25 at the door. Laugh the night away with 4 outrageous comics featuring Stephen Bjork. His material is intelligent, sometimes absurd, and always accessible, but first and foremost, it's funny. Emily Roskowski, a Boston-based stand-up comedian who has performed across the country and participated in several comedy festivals. Amy T., the rising star by the Boston Globe, her edgy but subtle approach turns her personal tribulations into nonstop hilarity. And Jack Lynch, who has performed up and down the East Coast. Mastering digital photography in one day. This class covers important fundamentals in digital photography, including understanding the camera operation, finding good camera position, and using available light. Instructor Randall Warners will also discuss simple image editing techniques that can transform images from dull to brilliant. Bring your camera and instruction manual to the class. It's at the Cambridge Adult Educational Center, $175 on November 24th. Mount Auburn Book Club. Schlesinger, The Imperial Historian by Richard Aldous, is on November 14th at 10 a.m. Aldous wrote the first major biography of the historian and intellectual Alfred Schlesinger Jr., who was a defining figure in the Kennedy White House. He died in 2007 and is buried on Narcissus Pass. Each month, the Mount Auburn Book Club meets to discuss a selected work related to Mount Auburn. And selections range from books on history, natural history, horticulture, art, architecture, preservation, and wildlife to books written about those who are buried there. The book club meets at the front office conference room on the second Thursday of every month. Coffee and tea are provided free. Finally, adults, don't forget to vote in the municipal elections on November 5th.
I love the internet. But why is it so tiny?
Guess what, Max?
What?
November 8th is Harvey Wallbanger Day. We should celebrate.
Why does Harvey Wallbanger get his own day? It's crazy.
Why not? You were all hyped up about National Catfish Month the other day.
I don't remember that.
Oh, really? You don't remember your catfish girlfriend who got you to buy all that catfish? Our freezer's still full of it.
Anyway, why does the manager of the 1982 ALCS champion Milwaukee Brewers get his own day? I mean, they didn't even win the World Series that year. They lost to the Cardinals like 4-1.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Harvey Keene, the manager of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers. I mean, they called his team the Harvey Wallbangers because they were such good hitters. Everybody knows that.
In 1982, how would I have known about that?
Well, they were a really memorable team. I mean, they had 2 future Hall of Famers, Robin Yount and Paul Molitor. They had Gorman Thomas, who was a designated hitter, hit tons of home runs, struck out a lot. Like, what?
It's a drink.
Like a baseball drink?
No, like an alcoholic drink.
Like an alcoholic baseball drink?
I don't know, Max. It's just a drink with vodka, orange juice, and Galliano.
Well, it could still be named after him. He's like a player manager from the 1950s. And those guys really knew how to throw back a few after the game, sometimes during the game, like Mickey Mantle.
Look, Max, Google says nothing about that. It's just a drink.
How many times have I told you not to believe everything you read on the internet?
Oh, really? Where did you find your catfish girlfriend again?
What catfish girlfriend?
Thought so.
It's sweet, but it burns like going down. Reminds me of senior year, beach week. Burn coming back too.